Hi guys, I'm Christina Heideck here. I'm your fearless leader in the PTO Superstar Leaders group, and it is winter break right now for me and my kids. Well, actually not me because I'm self-employed. I get no break, but the kids are off from school, and I am betting that most of you guys are in winter break too. And I just wanted to pop in with just some words of wisdom to get you through this break. Remember when my kids were much younger, the break time was often difficult, especially if it started way in advance of Christmas. But this year it was pretty well timed, and the kids went out of town with my husband overnight to go see the Pittsburgh Penguins play. And so they got back like on the 22nd, and we had all this stuff to get ready for Christmas. So it was really well timed because then all the new stuff pops out and they're good to go on their own. So I just wanted to pop in here with some words of wisdom just to get you through this break, and also to help you get into the right mindset. So it's the end of December. We're about halfway through the school year. Okay. So if you, have been in your leadership position since last May, you're about halfway done with your term. Okay. So then you have another 5 months or so in your term to go. And, oftentimes the first half of the year is filled with like the steepest learning curve, and the beginning of the school year is just so stinking busy, right? Because you have like all the back to school stuff, the membership drives. A lot of schools have their fall fundraisers, and then holiday events, and then band concerts, and all sorts of stuff. And the spring is filled with getting, probably looking forward to see what your leadership team is going to look like. Most schools start that in February, March. So you can have elections in April, install in May, and be done out for school in June. But you have your spring fundraisers, you have spring break, you have all the end of the school year stuff, you have teacher appreciation. Are you getting tired just hearing me list everything out? I know I'm a little overwhelmed because just personally, let me tell you what I have planned in my own PTAs. I'm doing a talent show for a 7-8 building, right? So they're cranky preteens and teenagers. So actually, it sounds really bad. I am really looking forward to it. It should be really good because the principal at that school is like stinking awesome, and the kids are awesome, and so it should be really fun. But just like the thought of it is a little much. And then I'm also in charge of staff appreciation, probably at 2 schools, because I keep giving somebody else a chance to step up and do it, and at one school, and they just like don't. So it always defaults to me because I never want teachers to feel like left out. But so we have all of that on the horizon, right? And it can be a little overwhelming, especially at the holiday time when you're like, just did the final push to get through Christmas, right? So all the toys have been unwrapped, hopefully deboxed, hopefully you've gotten your recycling out to the curb and you're ready to go. But I just wanted to pop in with just like one thing that I think that all PTA and PTO leaders need to do over winter break. And that's do something for yourself, honey. I think you need to like let go of the PTA stuff and PTO stuff. Just put that off to the side. I don't want you cutting out box tops. I don't want you planning the fundraiser. I want you to take this like 2 weeks, and it's halfway over probably for a lot of us, and just do something for yourself so that you're in a good position and that you are recharged mentally and emotionally, and you're like ready to go so that you can be totally geared up for the remaining months, right? You heard everything I've listed out, and I bet I didn't list everything because I don't know what you guys, what you are doing at your schools. So there's more to come. So you need to be really recharged and ready. So how can you do that? 1, rediscover your hobby. And the genesis of this conversation that I wanted to have with you stems back to, it was a post that Jen Rudd put maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't know, look in the group, and look in the group for it, because it was a lively discussion, and it prompted another Facebook Live that I did, I think probably the last one I did. And her post was basically, oh my God, like this is too much. Like, what are some alternatives if you really don't think that you can fulfill your full term because it's all too stinking much? And I'm paraphrasing, of course. She said it much more eloquently than that. But basically, it turned into I had another conversation with somebody else, and I said, I just think PTA leaders, like, they try and do too much. And they don't do enough for themselves, and they give, and then that can turn into like resentment, and then you're burnt out, and you lose sight of like what you're doing, the whole reason why you're doing it for, the whole reason why you're doing it. And so I guess my advice is that you find something that you enjoy doing. Like right now, hopefully you can tell your kids, like I've told my kids, like, hey, I'm going to jump on and do this live video right now. Like, don't make any noise until I holler at you again. Just say all clear. Like, they're happy with their Legos. They're happy with the new Xbox games. Go say, hey, give me a half an hour and do something for yourself so that you can feel like a happy, normal person. And that I hope that you will discover how much you enjoy doing whatever you're doing. So for me, it's card making and scrapbooking. I haven't scrapbooked in over a year because I've been so busy with all of my commitments. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like tired of looking at all of my stuff in my craft room, which is this room. And we have a different angle today because the room is not a hot stinking mess, but this is the room that is the only way to get into the attic in my house. And so everything kind of lands here. And like I said, it's not very bad, but is it Christina video ready? No, my friend. So we have a different angle. So you get to see my Kentucky Wildcat Way little thing in my Delta Zeta bag. So that's your scene, your backdrop for today. Next week, hopefully we'll be back to normal. But like I said, my hope in that when you do something for yourself, you're gonna like feel good when you do something for yourself. And hopefully you'll continue to do that week after week so that you're not giving too much to PTA and PTO, because that really can happen. You don't have to totally give everything to be a really good PTA or PTO leader. You have to do the job description, but you don't have to like kill it, right? Like sometimes you do, and sometimes you want to, but sometimes don't you want to like just do enough to get the job done, and then everyone's like, oh great, like next year here's how we can improve it. Like that's totally okay, my friend. You don't need to be like totally rocking it out where you're getting takeout every night and your house is a disaster and your husband comes home and is like, girl, what is going on here? Maybe he doesn't say it to you, but you know he's thinking it. And you're generally not happy because you're so stressed out about the carnival. I mean, is that any way to live? No, I totally think it's not. After doing that for so many years, I'm in a new position. And so I thought, I'm just going to share this with my peeps. And hopefully those of you that are watching can, think about it. Maybe you're like, yeah, I still have so much to do in between the holidays that it's just not possible. But at least entertain the thought, right? Do that for me. The other thing I'd like you to do, there are a lot of changes coming for like this group and for PTO Answers, which is like the my little company. I just made up a name for my sweet company because I thought, like everybody wants some answers about PTO stuff. But a new website is coming, and more recently, I just split off my Pinterest. So I started a Pinterest profile for the PTO Answers, but let me tell you, it's getting no love right now. So if you're watching this and you're also have a Pinterest account, will you pop on over there and find PTO Answers and follow it, please? Because it needs some love. It needs some love. It's like brand new and it looks like really pitiful. Because I don't know that I've shared this in the group before, but in real life, I'm a professional organizer. And about a year ago, I had this brilliant idea to help PTO leaders, right? I just thought like I wasn't seeing what I personally needed when I first got started, or maybe what I would have liked to have seen when I first got started. So I thought, I'm going to do it, right? Because that's kind of how I do things. If I don't, I might complain about something, but generally I'm coming up with a solution to that problem. I'm not just, complaining and being a negative Nelly. I'm usually a solution Sally. So I come up with something. So that was kind of the whole genesis of it, but I wasn't entirely sure and didn't really want to fully commit to spending the time that it takes to start a whole new Pinterest profile. Well, my friends, there are almost 3,000 of you in this group after a little more than a year, and that has blown away any expectation that I had. And so I see that y'all really do need the support. You really do need the advice, and you really do need the resources. So I invite you to go to Pinterest and check out PTO Answers and give it some love and help that little baby flourish so that more people can find it. And also you'll have it in your Pinterest feed when I post new things. So just to kind of summarize what I was talking about today, in case you just popped on late, do something for yourself so that you position yourself in a really awesome place to get through the next 5 months, through the end of the school year, and so that you're not like crazy stressed out mama, right? That's the whole name of the game. So I hope this was helpful for you. One, I alluded to some changes just a couple minutes ago. Another change is that I'm going to be much better about coming to you live every week. And so if you wouldn't mind, I probably will do a poll in the group as well, but I'd love to hear it right from you guys who are watching this live. Like, what time works for you best? Wednesdays seem to be a really good day for me. So it's going to be on a Wednesday, and I was thinking no earlier than noon because we got the West Coast peeps, right? And maybe they want to join live too. So I was thinking between like 12 or 1. Really no later than 1 for me because I got kids coming off the bus at 2:45 and I got stuff to do and I'm more of a morning person. So let me know what time works best for you because again, I'm doing this all for you guys. So let me know. So thank you for watching. I will be back at you next week with a different set of words of wisdom to help guide you through this whole crazy PTO land. So until then, take care, have a happy new year, and I'll see you in 2018. Bye-bye.